There's so much talk about you, your kids accusing you of being like an absent mother. What's going on right now? Can you talk to us?
I guess, it's heartbreaking. It's every mother's worst nightmare, honestly. But, we just had dinner with our kids and all their friends 3 weeks ago.
No,
So,
like 3 weeks ago.
this has all started since my ex started dating a certain person. And,
Kourtney.
it's heartbreaking. Yeah.
For months, Shanna Moakler has watched from the sidelines, quiet, ignored, and labeled as the bitter ex-wife. But now she's done staying silent because while the world praises Kourtney Kardashian and Travis Barker as Hollywood's power couple, behind the scenes, their fairy tale has cast a shadow, one that's slowly destroying Shanna's reputation. "They made me the villain in my own story," Shanna recently confessed, her voice shaking with frustration. "And I'm tired of pretending I don't see it." Long before Kourtney and Travis became Kravis, Shanna was the woman by his side, his wife, the mother of his children, and the one who helped him through the darkest years of his career. But now, her name has become tabloid poison, twisted into clickbait headlines and internet memes that make her look jealous, bitter, and broken. And the worst part? It's not just strangers turning against her, it's her own kids. Ever since Travis's relationship with Kourtney took over pop culture, Shanna says she's been quietly battling a war she never asked for, a PR war she can't win. Every family photo, every viral kiss, every Kardashian storyline makes her look more like the past and less like a person.
So she is now saying that she blames the family for the rift that is happening with her children, and the mama bear is coming out. Even worse, she said that this has been such a public thing that all the Kardashian fans have been bullied her, attacking her, and she's just really fed up, and that this is her truth, and she has a platform to say her truth.
At first, Shanna stayed quiet. She thought time would fix it, that people would remember she's more than just someone's ex. But then came the interviews, the reality show scenes, the family Instagram posts, all celebrating Travis's perfect new family. Suddenly, Shanna wasn't a mother anymore in the public eye. She was a problem. "They've erased me from my own children's lives," she said in one recent post. "Like I never existed." And for someone who once shared everything with Travis, from love to loss to raising a family, that betrayal cuts deeper than any gossip headline. Now, after years of silence, she's done watching her name get dragged through the mud. She's ready to speak. She's ready to fight back, because for Shanna Moakler, this isn't about fame. It's about identity. And she's not going to let the Kardashians rewrite her story without a fight. Before the drama, before the Instagram wars and reality TV edits, there was love. Real, messy, all-consuming love.
My family's broken because of this family, and now my kids and I are alienated from each other because of another sister in the family, so yay for me.
Long before Kourtney Kardashian ever entered the picture, Shanna Moakler and Travis Barker were building a family, one that once looked unbreakable. Back in the early 2000s, they were the most unexpected power couple in Hollywood. The punk rock drummer from Blink-182, covered in tattoos and living off adrenaline, and the glamorous Miss USA turned actress who brought poise and elegance to every red carpet. It was chaos and class colliding, and somehow it worked. They married in 2004 and soon welcomed 2 children, Landon and Alabama Barker. To the world, they were the edgy, modern American family, the loud, loving household featured on MTV's Meet the Barkers. Viewers loved them because they were real, arguing one minute, laughing the next, but always coming back together. "We were raw. We were passionate. We were a team," Shanna once said about those early years. But even the strongest teams can break under pressure. The fame, the touring, the cameras, it all started to take a toll. Travis was everywhere, in studios, on stages, in magazines. Shanna was at home, balancing motherhood, career, and loneliness. And soon, the love that had once felt electric started to feel like a performance they couldn't turn off. Rumors swirled about fights, jealousy, even infidelity. The tabloids painted them as volatile, passionate, unpredictable, and maybe they were. But beneath the chaos, there was still love, always love. "We weren't perfect," Shanna admitted, "but we were real. We were family." Their marriage ended in 2008, but the connection never truly did. They continued to co-parent, celebrate milestones, and show up for each other when it mattered, especially after Travis's near-fatal plane crash. For years, they tried to maintain peace. They wanted their children to see two parents who, despite everything, could coexist with respect. But then, Kourtney Kardashian happened, and everything, the fragile peace, the shared memories, the quiet respect, shattered overnight.
And in my opinion, I feel like Shanna Moakler is being a little bit bitter because why do you have to keep involving? Every time somebody asks you, well, what happened between you and your family, she keeps involving another woman. You always keep involving another woman. Like, another woman didn't break up your family. Your family been broken.
Suddenly, Travis wasn't just Shanna's ex-husband. He was Kourtney's soulmate. The man who once shared Shanna's private life was now sharing his new one with millions of followers, cameras, and the Kardashian PR machine behind him. The kids who used to post family photos with Shanna were now appearing in Kourtney's Instagram stories. And the woman who once built a family with Travis found herself watching from the sidelines. Replaced, rebranded, and rewritten. What was once the Barkers had become Kravis. And in that transformation, Shanna's identity as a wife, as a mother, and as part of that family began to fade. They turned my life into a storyline, she said. But this isn't entertainment for me, it's my family. And that's where the fallout began. As Kourtney Kardashian and Travis Barker's love story took over Hollywood, Shanna Moakler's name became a punchline. And she's had enough.
She's just absolutely fed up with everything that's been going on in her family. Like she said, she's claiming that she has no relationship right now with her children. 3 of her children live with Travis Barker. She has her daughter, Alabama, her son, Landon, and then also she has a daughter that she had with a famous boxer that lives with Travis as well.
For years, the public saw Kourtney and Travis as the perfect couple. The tattoos, the PDA, the gothic weddings, the soulmate captions, all wrapped up in the glossy Kardashian brand of love. But for Shanna, those same photos and posts have carried a much darker meaning. Because while they were building an empire of adoration online, she says her reputation was being quietly destroyed. They made me look like a bitter, jealous ex-wife, Shanna said recently. But I'm not jealous. I'm just tired of being erased. The turning point came when Shanna noticed how the public began to talk about her as a mother. Kourtney, already famous for her image as a supermom, began posting moments with Travis's kids, Alabama, and Landon. Fans praised her for blending the family beautifully, but the praise came with a cost, because every compliment for Kourtney felt like an insult towards Shanna. Suddenly, I was the bad mom, she said. People forgot I was the one who raised them. I'm the one who taught them, who loved them before all the cameras came in. Tabloids picked up on it quickly, running stories about how the Barker kids were closer to Kourtney than their real mom.
You could say anything to Kourtney or Kim at this point. What would you say to them?
Thanks for destroying my family twice.
Photos of family vacations, TikTok videos, and red carpet events reinforced the narrative. To millions of fans, Kourtney looked like the loving stepmom stepping in to save the family. And Shanna looked like the angry outsider who couldn't let go. They made me the villain in my own story, she posted on Instagram. And I won't be silent about it anymore. In Shanna's eyes, this wasn't just a love story. It was a rebranding campaign. Travis, once known for chaos, heartbreak, and tattoos, had become the Kardashian-approved family man. Kourtney, the Zen spiritual mom, found her perfect partner. And in the middle of their transformation, Shanna became collateral damage. When you've got Kardashian PR behind you, it's not a fair fight, she said in an interview. They control the story. They control the spotlight. I can't compete with that. The worst part, she says, isn't the memes or the headlines. It's the way the narrative has turned her own children against her. Alabama and Landon have both posted things that fans took as digs toward their mother. And while teenagers say things they don't always mean, for Shanna, the damage cuts deep. They think I'm the enemy, she said, but I'm still their mom. I always will be. She believes the couple's public image, polished, curated, and powerful, has slowly erased her role from the story entirely. And now she's making it clear she's not going to let that happen quietly. You can love who you love, she said, but don't destroy me to make yourselves look perfect. Because for Shanna Moakler, this isn't about fame. It's about truth. And if that truth ruins the fairy tale, so be it. In Hollywood, love stories don't just happen, they're marketed. And when Kourtney Kardashian and Travis Barker went public, their romance became a perfectly packaged, media-ready phenomenon. But for Shanna Moakler, that perfect image came with a cost. Because while Travis rose, her reputation fell, and she says it wasn't an accident. Let's be real, no one does image control like the Kardashians. They know how to take a messy, complicated situation and turn it into a fairy tale the internet can't stop watching. And when Travis Barker, the tattooed punk legend, entered that world, everything about him changed. He went from edgy drummer to devoted dad, from wild rocker to romantic husband, from chaos to Kardashian-approved perfection. Every headline, every photo shoot, every episode of the Kardashians reinforced that story. Kourtney finally finds her forever. Travis Barker, the rock star who became family man. But here's the problem, that rebranding came at someone else's expense. In the new version of Travis's life, there's no mention of Shanna. No flashbacks to meet the Barkers, no acknowledgement of the woman who shared his first real family, who helped him raise his kids before anyone else was watching. They act like I was never part of his life, Shanna said, like our entire story just vanished the moment she came along. To the media, Shanna became the ex who can't move on, and every time she defended herself, the headline spun it into more proof that she was bitter. The more she spoke up, the worse she looked. Because in the Kardashian media ecosystem, silence looks graceful and emotion looks crazy. They're untouchable, one Hollywood insider told Page Six. You can't outshine them, not even if you're right. With millions of followers and Kris Jenner's PR machine behind them, Kourtney and Travis didn't need to clap back. They just had to keep posting every family vacation, every romantic photo shoot, every love quote. All of it created a picture-perfect narrative that made Shanna's pain look like jealousy. People forget, this isn't a movie for me, she said. This is my real life. And the more polished the Travis image became, the smaller Shanna's voice felt. Her interviews were treated like gossip. Her pain became content. Her name became hashtags and memes. The Kardashians know the power of narrative. They've built an empire on it. And in that empire, there's no room for messy truths that don't fit the brand. So Shanna's chapter in Travis's story was quietly edited out. The world was introduced to Kourtney's Travis and the new, evolved spiritual man who'd finally found true love. But for Shanna, that rewrite hurts the most. Because before there was Kourtney's Travis, there was her Travis, the one she loved, raised a family with, and watched become the man the world celebrates today. I don't hate them, she said softly. I just hate what they did to my name. After months, maybe even years, and of staying quiet while her name was dragged through the mud, Shanna Moakler has finally had enough. She's not holding back and she's not hiding behind cryptic quotes anymore. She's saying everything out loud, and this time people are listening. I've been painted as the bitter ex, the bad mom, the jealous woman, Shanna said during a live interview, but none of that's true. I'm human, I'm hurt, and I'm tired of pretending I'm okay. The world has been obsessed with Kourtney Kardashian and Travis Barker for years. Their weddings, their matching tattoos, their family photos that flood social media. But for Shanna, those posts aren't romantic, they're reminders. Reminders that the life she built has been repackaged and sold back to the world as someone else's fantasy. Shanna started using her platform to set the record straight. At first it was subtle, quotes about loyalty and fake people. But as time went on, her words became sharper, her tone more direct. One of her posts read, "It's easy to be a good parent when you have a camera crew and a team writing your story for you." Fans immediately connected the dots. Within minutes, the post was shared across gossip blogs, Reddit threads, and TikTok, reigniting the feud. Some accused Shanna of being bitter. Others praised her for finally speaking up after being silenced by the Kardashian PR machine. "I'm not jealous," she clarified in a later post. "I just refuse to let them erase me from my own family's history." In a rare, tearful interview, Shanna broke down as she spoke about the distance between her and her children. "I love my kids more than anything, but when the whole world tells them I'm the bad guy, how can they see the truth?" She described watching from afar as her children embraced the Kardashian family, smiling at events, posting photos, and calling Kourtney stepmom. She said it's not jealousy, it's heartbreak. "It hurts to be replaced, it hurts to be forgotten, but I'll never stop fighting for them." Shanna's response isn't just about clapping back, it's about reclaiming her voice in a story that was never told from her perspective. They can control the media, they can control the narrative, but they don't control me. She's done with being silent, she's done with being misunderstood, and she's done letting the world believe that her pain is bitterness. Because while Travis built a brand on love, Shanna is building something different: truth. And in a world where image is everything, truth is the one thing the cameras can't fake. I was there before the hashtags, before the fame, before the rebrand. I know who Travis really is, and I know who I am. For Shanna Moakler, this isn't revenge, it's redemption. And she's finally ready to tell her story. Uncensored, unfiltered, and unapologetically real. The second Shanna Moakler decided to break her silence, the internet exploded. Overnight, TikTok, Twitter, and Reddit turned into digital battlegrounds. Because when it comes to the Kardashian empire, nobody stays neutral. Half the internet stood with Shanna, saying she's a mother fighting to reclaim her story. The other half accused her of clinging to the past, calling her interviews desperate and her posts petty. But one thing was clear: people were finally talking about her again. "She's not crazy, she's human," one fan tweeted. "Imagine losing your family to the Kardashians." Others weren't as sympathetic. "She needs to move on," a commenter wrote. "Kourtney and Travis are happy. Let them be." The drama split social media in half. Hashtag Team Shanna versus hashtag Team Travis. For Team Shanna, she's the forgotten one, a woman erased by Hollywood's most powerful PR machine. They share clips from Meet the Barkers, reminding new fans that long before the Italian weddings and matching outfits, Shanna was part of the original story. "Don't rewrite history," one fan commented. "She was there when nobody else cared." Meanwhile, Team Travis doubled down, saying that Shanna's bitterness is self-inflicted. Kourtney didn't destroy her, a user argued. She destroyed herself by never letting go. And in between the noise are fans who see the truth. This isn't just about fame, it's about love, loss, and what happens when your private heartbreak becomes a public headline. Even people who don't usually follow celebrity gossip admitted they felt something deeper in Shanna's story, because underneath the glitz, it's painfully human. The feeling of being replaced, the struggle of being misunderstood, the heartbreak of watching your family live on without you. "I don't want their life," Shanna said recently. "I just want my name back." That one line hit hard. A reminder that for all the filters, fame, and fortune, there's still a real woman behind the headlines. As Shanna continues to speak, Kourtney and Travis stay silent, posting photos of their new blended family, their home, their peace. No responses, no statements, just carefully curated serenity. But sometimes silence says more than words ever could, because when one side controls the spotlight, the other has to fight in the dark. And Shanna, she's fighting with truth, emotion, and pain. The kind of raw honesty that doesn't trend easily but never fades. The public can debate forever. Who's right, who's wrong, who's jealous, who's justified. But one thing can't be denied. This story isn't just about fame, it's about erasure, love, and the cost of being replaced. So what do you think, Hush Hush fam? Has Shanna Moakler been unfairly erased from her own story? Or is she refusing to let go of a chapter that ended long ago? Drop your thoughts below. Are you Team Shanna, standing with the woman fighting for her truth? Or Team Travis, believing love wins even when it leaves wreckage behind? Smash that like button if you live for real Hollywood stories, not the filtered ones. Hit subscribe to join the Hush Hush Fame family, where we turn whispers into headlines and truth into tea. Leave a comment if you think the media went too far twisting this woman's life into a storyline. And don't forget to share this video with your friends, because every fairy tale has a dark side and we're here to expose it. This is Hush Hush Fame, where the whispers never sleep, the truth always spills, and the stories never end. Thank you for watching, my Hush Hush fam. Stay curious, stay bold, and I'll see you in the next one.